The parable of the weeds. What Matthew chapter 13 verse 25 teaches us about the enemy? What if the greatest damage in your life didn't happen during chaos, but during comfort? What if the enemy didn't attack you when you were struggling, but when you finally felt at ease? Jesus gives us a powerful warning in Matthew chapter 13 verse 25. While everyone was sleeping, the enemy came. Let's talk about what that really means and why it matters right now. This verse comes from the parable of the weeds, also called the wheat and the tares. Jesus tells a story about a farmer who sowed good seed in his field. Everything looked right. Everything was planted well. But then Jesus says something unsettling. While everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat. The enemy didn't destroy the field. He didn't rip anything out. He was much crafty than that. He just mixed deception with truth. The enemy waits for unguarded moments notice. The enemy didn't come during the planting. He didn't come during the harvest. He came while everyone was sleeping. So, what does that really mean? Spiritually speaking, sleep represents complacence, a lack of discernment, spiritual drift hand. Yes, while we assume that everything is fine, our enemy most often attacks not when we are praying hard, but when we stop paying attention. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8 warns us, "Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion." The weeds look like wheat at first. Jesus wasn't talking about obvious evil. In the original language, the weed mentioned tares look almost identical to wheat in early stages. That's where we see the danger in this story. But let's look at this from another perspective. The perspective of the lessons we learn along the way. False teaching often sounds spiritual. Compromise often sounds reasonable. Disobedience often feels harmless. The enemy doesn't always plant chaos. Sometimes he plants confusion. God allows growth for a season. When the master realized what had happened, the servants ask, "Should we pull the weeds out?" But the master says no, because pulling too early could damage the wheat. This teaches us something deep. God sees what we don't. Judgment belongs to him. Growth reveals truth over time. Matthew chapter 7 verse 16 tells us, "You will know them by their fruit." Not everything that looks good is good, but time exposes roots. My warning for you: stay awake spiritually, Jesus. Message today is clear. Guard your heart. Stay rooted in the word. Pray even when life feels calm. Don't drift just because things are quiet. So then, let us not be like others who are asleep, but let us be awake and sober. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 6, some closing encouragement for you. If you've had noticed weeds in your life, don't panic. God is still the master of the field. The harvest is still coming, and the wheat will stand. But stay awake. Stay faithful. Stay rooted, because what grows quietly today will be revealed clearly tomorrow. And here's our lesson for the day. Spiritual danger often enters during seasons of comfort. Stay alert, grounded, and rooted in truth. Thank you for joining us today for this lesson, The Parable of the Weeds. If you have found this lesson enjoyable, consider subscribing to our channel. Like, comment, and share our videos, and be sure to smash that like button.